Good morning dear students. In last video we have discussed about the tissue. Okay. So now we are going to discuss about the plant tissue in detail. Plant tissue are of two types, meristematic tissue and permanent tissue. So when we are talking about a plant tissue, they are divided into two types, meristematic tissue and a plant tissue. Okay. Meristematic tissue, first of all try to understand what is meristematic tissue. Meristematic tissue is a type of a tissue which have a power of a division. Okay, means suppose a tissue is there, so many tissues are there, so they are dividing continuously, means they have a power of dividing, or we can say they have a capacity of dividing. So these type of a tissue are known as a meristematic tissue. Just think why they are dividing. They are dividing just to increase the growth of a plant. Okay, that's why they are dividing. So if they are not dividing, the cell number will not increases, and if the cell number will not increases, plant height or width will not increases. Okay, so meristematic tissue are divided into three types: apical meristematic, lateral meristematic, and intercalary meristematic tissue. Suppose I am telling that this is a stem, suppose this is a plant. So on the tip of a plant, on the upper side of the plant, apical meristematic tissue is present. In the root or tip, on the tip of a root also apical meristematic tissue will be there. AM means apical meristematic tissue. Okay, and suppose from here branches are arises from the plant, from here branches are arises. So from where branches are arises, these are known as a node. They are known as a node. So this is also known as a node. So distance between the two node is called internode. Distance between the two node is called internode. Suppose this first branch arises and second branch arises, so the distance between the two node is called internode, and in between the internode, intercalary meristematic tissues are present. Okay, so it is given here, intercalary meristematic tissue present at the internode or the base of the leaf or increase the length between the node. So suppose this is a plant, this is a plant, okay, and here node is there. So on the base of these branches or in the base of a leaf, okay, in the base of a leaf, internode tissue will be there, or between the node also intercalary meristematic tissue will be there. Now when we are discussing about it, lateral meristematic, this is a lateral meristematic. So here tissues are present, they are known as a lateral meristematic tissue. They are known as a lateral meristematic tissue. They increase the girth of the plant, they increase the thickness of the plant. So we can tell that three types of meristematic tissues are there: apical meristematic, lateral meristematic, and intercalary meristematic. So apical meristematic tissue are present in the tip of a stem and root and increase the length, and lateral meristematic tissue present at the lateral side of the stem and root and increase the girth. Girth means thickness of the plant, okay, and or thickness of a stem. And intercalary meristematic tissue is present at the internode or the base of a leaves, and it will increase the length between the node. Okay, now come to the permanent tissue, because in plant two types of tissues are there, meristematic tissue and permanent tissue. Meristematic tissue again divided into three types: apical meristematic, intercalary, or lateral meristematic. Now come to the permanent meristematic tissue. What is the permanent meristematic tissue, where it is present? Permanent meristematic tissue, they are again two types: simple permanent tissue or a complex permanent tissue. Okay, permanent tissue are again divided into the two types: simple permanent tissue and a complex permanent tissue. Simple permanent tissue again divided into a three type: parenchyma, collenchyma, and sclerenchyma. Okay, and complex permanent tissue are also two types: xylem and phloem. Once again I am repeating here, First of all, I am talking about a permanent tissue. Permanent tissue again divided into a simple permanent tissue. I am writing with the SPT, and this is written with the complex permanent tissue. Simple permanent tissue divided into three types: parenchyma, collenchyma or sclerenchyma. Complex permanent tissue are of two types: xylem and phloem. Okay, so we will discuss one by one what are the parenchyma, what are the collenchyma, and what are the sclerenchyma. Let's see here. Parenchyma tissue. Parenchyma tissue are the tissue that is utilized for the support of the plant. And if I am talking about parenchyma tissue, so what will be there? Parenchyma tissue, just this is a group of a cell. We know that group of a cell is called tissue. And if you see, the space between the tissue cells is called intercellular space. It is known as intercellular space. So in case of a simple permanent tissue or in case of a parenchyma cell, intercellular space is more. They are loosely packed, means they can be easily separated from the one another. They are loosely packed and intercellular space is also more. Okay, so they are the parenchyma tissue. Generally they support the plant. Parenchyma, when in these parenchyma tissue, suppose the parenchyma tissues are there and in parenchyma tissue chlorophyll pigment is filled, so this is known as a chlorenchyma. Same tissue, if it is filled with the chlorophyll, they are known as a chlorenchyma. And if air is filled in the same tissue, they are known as aerenchyma. What is known as aerenchyma? So parenchyma again divided into the three types: parenchyma, collenchyma and aerenchyma. Okay, now come to the second type of a tissue that are known as a collenchyma. Difference is that in collenchyma, suppose a tissue, group of tissues are there. If their lining start the thickening, their corner start the thicken. So what will happen if their corner will be thickened? So intercellular spaces will be less. So if intercellular spaces will be less, automatic their corner, if their corner will be a thickening, means automatic intercellular spaces will be less. So what is the role of collenchyma? Why it is present? It allows easy bending of the various part of the plant without breaking. So wherever the plant part which are bending because of air, easily they are bending up and down. These are because of only collenchyma. Now see the sclerenchyma. What is sclerenchyma tissue? In the same parenchyma, suppose we are taking a parenchyma tissue, if their cell wall is more thickened, okay, if their cell wall is more thickened, so the intercellular space is so much less between the two cells, and if intercellular space is so much less between the two cells, then it is known as a sclerenchyma tissue. And sclerenchyma tissue are the dead cells. They are actually providing thickening to the plant, support to the plant. These tissue are hard and stiff. Okay, cells of these tissue are dead and commonly seen in the husk of a coconut. If you see the outer part of the coconut, it is hard and stiff. So it is made up of sclerenchyma. So sclerenchyma tissue are the type of a dead tissue present in a plant. Now another type of a tissues are present in a plant. They are known as a guard cell and epidermal cell. Where they are present? In just the surface of a plant, pores are present. Suppose I am telling this is a leaf, okay, and in leaf, outer side of a leaf, pores are present. So these pores are surrounded. If I am just making a diagram in magnifying view, so how will this pores will be appear? Just pore is present in the center and guard cells are surrounding around it. Okay, so these bean shape, kidney shape like structure, bean shape of like structure, they are known as a guard cell. Okay, so guard cell is regulating the opening and closing of a stomata. So if these guard cell will close, this pore will be the pore will be closed and no water loss will be take place. And if guard cell will be swell, so this pore will be open and water loss will be take place. So that is the role of a guard cell present in the epidermal cell. It is regulating the loss of a water according to the outer condition. Okay, in next video we will talk about the complex permanent tissue. And up to in this video, hope this video help you to understand the particular topic. Okay, thank you and have a nice day.